Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on Stronghold Kingdoms. As I said in my last video, this is going to be a video with a little bit more in-depth information about vassals. So, what are exactly the benefits of having a vassal? Well, it actually allows you to station or garrison troops in their village, and the cool thing about that is that the troops that you place there don't count against your unit space in your village, and by that, I mean this unit space right here. Like every troop you make, they count against the one. And then merchants and monks, they take up a lot. So if you have a lot of these, it's really going to dampen your spare unit space. So it would be nice to actually store some other troops elsewhere that don't count against your unit space that you can use pretty much whenever you want to. So that's pretty nice about that. And why you would want to have a vassal, well, you're really just helping the guy out, I guess. You're kind of being like a cool guy to them, I guess. And if they're a part of your faction, then it just really helps promote growth in your faction, I would say. Just because you're giving them more honor, and you're allowed them to have your troops, if you station troops in their village. You don't have to, but it's always nice. A lot of people usually request archers most of the time. Some people, as soon as you request them, they'll request for like 200 archers, which I find kind of funny, but that's just me. To actually request someone to be your vassal, all you have to do is, well, number one, you have to outrank them. You can be the same rank, but you have to be a higher class than them. All you have to do is click on their village, make vassal, and then come down here to request vassalage. This village already has a liege lord, so I can't request him, and plus he's a higher rank than me. So that's it. You just have to click this button, request vassalage. And then eventually, when they get on, they'll have to either accept it or decline it. Usually most people will accept it, or most of the time they just don't hit decline and they just ignore you. I've had plenty of people do that. So some things to always consider though when you're selecting your vassal is that if their village gets removed or if they drop you, then you're risking losing all your station troops there. So usually I recommend getting some vassals that you're going to trust to contact you in case, oh, I need to get rid of this village, so use your troops now. So it's really unpleasant when someone just drops you as your liege lord and you just lose 500 troops from their from their village or whatever. And that's another thing too. You can't recall troops back when you send them to your vassals. Like I have troops right here in this vassal, only 3 peasants and 6 archers, but I can never recall them like you can if you station troops in some other person's village. I believe you can call these back. But these ones actually count against your unit space if you send them to a non-vassal. A little bit of extra information that I don't think a whole lot of people know. If you send a pillage from your vassal, like let's say I send it from this guy, attack this guy, pillage his resources, the pillage goods actually do go back to your village. They don't go to his, or they're not lost or whatever. So you actually do get the resources from pillaging. And a weird bug or something that I found out, if you ever click on a village, any other village, you can send out monks to it. But for some reason you can't send it to your vassals, which I don't know why. There's no button right here. So in order to send a monk to your vassal, in case you need to ID him or something, you have to click on your village, click on send out monks, and then click on his village to target it, and then hit select target. So it's kind of weird that you have to really do that. I don't know why they don't have the button here like in every other village. So yeah, to actually manage vassals, all you have to do, there's these little buttons right here. If you want to go station troops in their village, click the green axe to manage vassal's troops. This will be the troops that you have in your village. Select how many you want to send, and click send. Like I just sent him 2 archers. And then on the map, you'll see this green axe of an attack force, it looks like. So it means I'm stationing troops in his castle. And if you want to attack from his castle, from his village, I should say, you have to click on his village and then attack from here. And then you can select your target. I'll just select this guy for right now. Click attack. And station your troops just as you would a regular attack. I'm not going to actually attack this guy because he'd probably raise my vassal afterwards. And that's another thing too. You don't want to really, if you're a warmonger, you're going to get your vassal into some trouble if he has attacks coming from his village to other players' villages. They'll either raise him or tell him to drop you. So yeah, that's a little bit about vassals. I think that's pretty much it about them. Like I said, you get vassals that you're going to trust, I guess you would say, in case their village is going to be raised or something, or if they have to drop you, so that they'll message you, and usually they'll be nice and say, hey, use your troops because I'm getting rid of this village or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much a good in-depth thing about vassals. I would like to recommend a channel on YouTube. His name on here is shkdru, and he has a lot of good videos and information about Stronghold Kingdoms. I actually learned a lot from him when I first started playing the game, and he's just a channel that I definitely recommend watching, especially if you're new, or even if you're not new. I've learned a lot of things from watching his videos that even when I was playing for 6 months now, that I've learned from him. Just like little techniques and stuff that he knows and whatnot. So that's the end of this video. Thank you all for watching, and you all have a good day.